What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Nerd Media, and this week Thunderbolts officially releases in theaters. I'm seeing it in T-minus 2 days. I am so very excited for this movie. I think it could be the best thing that Marvel releases this year, and all the reviews have been fabulous. And I was just listening to some reviews before hitting record on this video, so they're all looking pretty great, and I have a lot of predictions and a lot of thoughts as to what I want from the film and what I predict could happen in the movie. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my final predictions for Thunderbolts, kind of like what I did for Brave New World when that came out, and just giving you guys my overall thoughts on what I want and hope for this movie. That'll be at the end of the video, and then I'll do my predictions at the beginning. So if you guys are new to the channel, hi, I'm Nerd Media. I talk about movies, TV shows, and comic books. Today we're talking about Thunderbolts, but we also got Andor coming tonight. We got The Last of Us currently going. We got Mission Impossible coming later next month. So many exciting things that I cannot wait for that we're going to be discussing on this channel. But yes, today we're talking about Thunderbolts and my final predictions, which I gotta say, came at perfect timing because I just got my Century comic book that I'm very excited to read before the film. So, with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below what your final predictions are for Thunderbolts. And let's dive right into the video. So, for Thunderbolts, my predictions aren't going to be too crazy and they aren't going to be like too out of this world because this is a grounded Marvel film that we have all heard by now from reviews that is 90% self-contained and it has like teases at the end of the film for what could come in the future. So, this is mainly a self-contained story that I hope and don't expect cameos from or like anything crazy multiverse stuff, at least in the general story of the film at all. So I'm not going to have anything too crazy, but the first prediction that I have may be a little bit crazy to some people. I don't think Taskmaster is going to die in this film, and I predict that that character is just going to be written out of the movie somehow, either in a way that they're brought in, or just maybe they're being played out to look like they're going to be a part of the team, but they really aren't, and they're just going to be in one specific scene for a specific reason, and then they're just going to be gone. But yeah, I really don't think that she's going to die. I don't think they're going to kill off Taskmaster, especially if it's going to be in the first like half hour when all these Thunderbolts meet each other. I don't think that's going to happen at all, and I really think that they're probably just going to write her out some way and not just kill her. But if they do kill her, I again won't be surprised, but that's just a prediction I have, and it's also kind of a hope as well. Next prediction that I have, I know I said I wasn't going to do any multiverse stuff, but I think that Marvel kind of has to start laying the groundwork for Doomsday. So I think that Marvel, either in the post-credit scene or the very end, I think they're going to try and set up Doomsday, at least for what these characters could be facing for Doomsday and how they're going to play into that movie. Because it just started filming, and guys, a year from tomorrow, or technically even a year from today, there are going to be people going into the theaters to see Doomsday. We need those connections, and I really think that we are going to be getting them, especially with how many people have been hyping up the post-credit scene for this film. I think it's very likely that we're going to see some sort of connection, at least for these characters. I don't expect an RDJ Doom thing or anything, but it would be awesome. I think that's going to be for Fantastic Four, but I think we're going to have to get some sort of connection, at least for how the Thunderbolts are going to play into Doomsday in this film, either in the ending or in the post-credit scene. And then this is kind of just like a basic prediction, but I think that Sentry / the Void is going to end up joining the Thunderbolts team at the end of this film, and I think that he should, because I'm actually very, very excited to see that character, and I don't know why, but I've just been getting more and more excited for him specifically this week as we are like days away from this film, and I really hope that he joins this team because we know he's going to be in Doomsday. We know he's going to play some sort of role in some capacity there, so I'm very excited for that and for his future, and I think it'd be great if he joined the Thunderbolts team or whatever it's going to be called at the end of this film. Speaking of what their team is going to be called, I think that the Thunderbolts title is going to change at the end of the movie either to Dark Avengers or New Avengers. That is nothing new that we have not heard or you guys have not theorized about for the past few months, but it's a very obvious prediction that I just want to get out there because I think that it's very obvious the title is going to change, but there is a part of me that really feels like it's not going to be Dark Avengers and it's going to be something totally different that none of us expect, or it means absolutely nothing, but it's going to mean something. I think the actors already confirmed that themselves as well, along with Kevin Feige, but it would be crazy if he wasn't Dark Avengers. Like, there's still a big mystery to that, and I really appreciate how they are presenting that mystery for this film, making it so much more intriguing, because I have all my money on Dark Avengers or New Avengers, but I just don't know. It could be something else, and I'm totally down for whatever, and I'm very excited to find out what it's going to be, but it's going to change to some sort of Avengers team. We all know it. All right, now that we're done with the predictions, I want to talk about the things that I hope to see in this film because this is going to be my last Thunderbolts video before I post my spoiler-free review on Thursday night. So you guys aren't going to see any more Thunderbolts content until then, so I want to get out my final thoughts now before I go see this movie in 2 days. I think that one of my biggest hopes for this movie is that I really hope that they establish why there has been no Avengers because Captain America Brave New World kind of addressed that, but they were kind of just being very vague about it. I hope that we get a legitimate reason as to why there hasn't been a new Avengers team and why there just hasn't been a new one assembled. And maybe that's why the Thunderbolts come together, and maybe that's why they're called the New Avengers, maybe. I think that that is something we need answered because we already know we're getting a bunch of other answers as to the Avengers Tower. We know Val bought it. So we're getting a lot of answers that we've been wondering for years now. Let's add this one to the list because I really think that we deserve to know why there hasn't been an Avengers team in the past few years since Endgame. I really just hope that this movie hits me in every single emotion because the trailers have been making it a very big promise that it's going to make me laugh. There's always been a lot of big promises with those trailers that it's going to make me cry. And there's also just a lot of cheer-worthy moments that I can see being in this movie. So I really hope that it just hits on all the emotions. And from a lot of people's reviews, it seems like it's hitting all of them and in the emotions, making them laugh at some moments, making them cry, making them really get really excited for some things. Like all the reviews have been kind of hyping up the emotion factor of this movie, which is something we have not heard about a Marvel movie since like maybe Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I definitely think that, because that's the most emotional MCU film I've watched, but I think that if it can hit all those emotions, I will leave the theater happy. The reviews are also hyping this movie up to be very much feel like OG Marvel with its classic, like, it's a very self-contained, entertaining story that hits emotional beats, and it sets up something at the very end, kind of like what classic Infinity Saga MCU was. I really hope that it hits that, and I really hope that the reviews haven't been lying or just underplaying that, because I really think that if this movie can feel like classic Marvel, my excitement for the future of the MCU is going to skyrocket a lot more than it is right now, because right now I'm not a hater of the MCU. I don't hate on everything, just I'm very vocal about the stuff that I haven't enjoyed from them, and right now I'm kind of in a spot where it's like, if this movie isn't the best, I'm going to be very concerned for the future, but if it's as good as people are saying and it feels just like OG Marvel, I'm going to be very happy and very excited for what's to come. I'm also really hoping for some awesome character moments because we have a lot of great characters on the Thunderbolts team. So I'm very much hopeful and excited to see if they're all going to get their own little, maybe just emotional moments, action moments, whatever, doesn't matter. I want to see them get those moments because I know Yelena's the main character, but I want to see Bucky get a moment, US Agent get a moment. I want to see Ghost and Red Guardian get a moment. Even Taskmaster, I feel like, should get a moment. I'm obviously really excited about the action and what that can possibly bring to the table for the MCU, and I'm excited to see this whole story play out as well. I mean, it looks like it's just going to be a very fun time. It's just going to be a total blast, so I am very excited. My final hope for this movie is I really want to get a lot of Sentry action. Like, I know he's probably not going to come in until the third act, but I want to see a lot of him, and I really want to see him just do absolutely insane things, either as the Void or just as Sentry. I want to see him go crazy, and I want to see this character just be at his absolute peak and at his best, because that is a character I'm very excited to see in this film, and he has been said to be a big highlight of this movie from people doing reviews, so it's very exciting, and I really hope that we get to see some Sentry action. But yeah, guys, that kind of concludes my hopes for this movie. I'm very excited for it. I can't wait to check it out on Thursday. I'm going to be posting my spoiler-free review on Thursday, probably later at night, maybe around 9:30, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so expect it then. And then on Friday, you're going to be getting my spoiler review along with a post-credit scene discussion and breakdown video that's going to be separate to that. We're going to talk about the post-credit scene in the spoiler review, but I'm probably going to want to make a whole video talking about it as well, so you're going to get double post-credit scene stuff. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be making my video about all 36 MCU films ranked, including Thunderbolts, so that's going to be exciting. I always love when I get to redo my MCU rankings, because usually in between the time period of new MCU films, my ranking changes quite a bit, especially in my top 5, because it's definitely changed recently. So I'm very excited to dive into that video, and I am very excited to see Thunderbolts. But guys, I want to hear it from you. If you're new to the channel and you stuck around this long in the video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is a very big yapping video, not really news filled, so I appreciate it if you did stick around this long. And if you did, clearly I said something you enjoyed or you were just entertained. So like and subscribe and comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.